And welcome to just a little talk about Oakwynd. So we are like, what, 4 or 5 weeks into the server now? And I keep getting asked, what are my thoughts? What are my thoughts? So the video playing in the background is just random video. I think I'm going to do the frenzy. So that's going to be the background video here. And I don't know. So far, FTE is a really good change to the game. It's not flawless though, and that is part of the problems I guess I've encountered personally on this server. And you know, for some friends have told me about the issues they've had, right? So if you don't know, FTE, you know, first to engage, locks the mob to you and your group, right? Or your raid, if in that case, right? So only you can do anything to the mob and kill it, right? So you can go and tag a random mob in random zone and run all the way to where you need to go, and it'll come to you if it doesn't leash, right? You don't have to worry about it attacking anybody else. No one else can do damage to it or anything. You know, in theory, that sounds perfect, and that sounds great, but there are some issues. So the first issue, my friend Alid was telling me about this one. I haven't had it happen to me personally, but I'm mostly boxing, so I don't really notice a lot of this. But he was playing his bard solo, and he was on Ocean of Tears on the Seafaring Island. He had the ancient Cyclops. He was killing it. He was already engaged with it, right? A druid came up to him, healed him, and then dotted his mob and killed the mob and stole the kill. Now, this seems to be, you know, I've done a lot of power leveling with my characters, and this seems to be a tactic that is actually something happens. When I heal with my out of group characters, they can steal the aggro lock, which doesn't make sense at all. Or they can share the lock, as in the case of the story of Aelid there. They can share the lock where they both the out of group character or out of group in some cases has access to the same lock as the group that pulled it first to engage. And we're not talking like 5 minutes after, 5 minutes after engage. We're talking like literal seconds after engaging, like an out of group heal will steal it. So this is like the first fundamental issue with the system. You can still get kill stealed. And druids seem to be the class of choice for that, so that's something to keep an eye out for. I know like when I have my shaman out of group and I heal, he steals the locks and I have to yell the mob off, but it is what it is. But it's a step in the right direction, first to engage, but there's more that needs to be done. The second issue I've seen, at least on this server on Oakwynd, is that there are a million groups selling power levels, and it is annoying. These are AE power level groups that are literally going from zone in one side of the zone to the other side of the zone, pulling every single mob they can to sell power leveling. And this practice needs to stop immediately. They need to shut it down and, you know, just ban these bots. They're using automated software. You can tell they're using automated software because they just loop through whatever's on their extended target and yell it. So all those accounts, ban them all. I don't care. Like, they're just frustrating to no end for anybody in a zone. And it's a total zone disruption. Like, if there's a group of that doing it in a pick, the pick is ruined. You're not going to be able to do anything. They do this in Hole. They do this in Guck. I think they do it in Soul B. I haven't seen that one, but I'm pretty sure they do. And it's multiple groups. It's not just one guy doing it. It's multiple, and it needs to go away immediately. Like it makes it impossible to do stuff at times when every pick is full, and then all the picks with nobody in them is full of these groups. Now, I did find a way to counter them. So I have a wizard and I have a mage, right? So you find wherever they're pulling to. and you go stand on top of them and you AoE with a level 50 character, and you steal all the kills from their group. You know, that's a way to do it. I feel like I'll probably get banned doing it if I do it enough, right? Because, you know, 7 or 8 of these, you know, power levels report one person. I'm sure I'm gonna get banned, right? Or kill stealing or whatever. I don't know. Just not a risk I'm worth taking. You know, I want to take, right? So that's one of the frustrations I've had. And I don't know, like, I know in my other videos when I talked about Jelinek, I complained about, you know, raid leading, right? Like leading a guild as you know, something I did not enjoy, but I actually miss it. I miss that. I don't know why, but raiding on my paladin is the most boringest thing in the world. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, a classic paladin is like missing everything that makes a modern paladin, right? And it's just absolutely boring. Sometimes I get the tank, you know, and that's a little bit of fun, but even that, it's not what it was when I was playing on Jelinek with classic nostalgia and stuff like that. I honestly miss that. I guess maybe I miss being able to call the shots and stuff like that. Maybe that's what I miss. You know, I miss the way that I had orchestrated all of that, and you know, that's, you know, probably going to be the detrimental to this this entire playthrough on this server. But that's, you know, that's how I feel right now about that. I have been doing a solo stream series with a Necromancer, and that has been an absolute blast. Now, this is where I just play one character. I turn LFG on, I go to the first group that invites me, and I just play. And we've gotten, you know, viewers will come and they'll buff the group and stuff. So, like, you know, a bunch of random people, you know, they get kind of power leveled by my stream. So it's kind of nice. I like it. It's kind of fun. Shout out to Figs for that. He's been coming like every stream and buffing everybody and doing stuff like that. So, you know, thanks to him. And that has been absolutely fun, playing the Necromancer and stuff like that. It's just that's been a blast, you know. Paladin not so much. The Necromancer has been fun. Necromancer's only 22 though, so it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, so far the server is fun. I've had fun with it. There's just, you know, some of these weird things, right? You know, like, I'm obviously an edge case because I'm, you know, 6-box true boxing characters, right? And I run out of mobs. Like, I run out of mobs because these AoE power levelers and stuff like that. And, you know, it's frustrating, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is. But I don't know. I'm just trying to think, you know, what else is there? You know, I've been thinking about this video for a while, and, you know, meeting a lot of the people from Classic Nostalgia and the guild I'm in, Ulfanar, has been great. You know, seeing a lot of the old faces and hearing their voices, right? So, you know, that's fun. But I don't know. There's a lot of little things that need to be fixed, and I think the biggest way they could fix a lot of the issues is instanced dungeons. And what I mean is spawning up a pick that is private to your group, that only your group has access to, that works just like a normal pick, right? A private pick, if you will. You could put it as a fourth what are they called, the add-ons that you can get for your account, right? The one that prevents, you know, losing levels and extra experience and all that stuff. Add a fourth one, call it private picks, and you can just, you know, you're in a group, you can spawn up a private pick. It works just like a normal pick. Mobs respawn. It has this, you know, cap of 6 people, and you can spawn it with let's say 1, whatever, private instanced zone, right? And you can only do it every, say, 3, spawn a new one, like every 3-4 hours or something, you know, whatever. Like, I want to be able to go to Guk and not have to deal with the nonsense that is, you know, AoE power leveling or overzealous groups that pull everything and have no regard for anything, and they will come and, you know, have a bard sitting in your camp and steal your mobs, right? Like, if you're engaged with a mob and another mob spawns, 99% of the time that mob is going to attack the person who's already fighting a mob, right? Like, it's just, that's who it goes for first. And I've had people they'll play the bard AoE song, right, that just hits everything, and they'll just go sit in, say, the frenzy. That happened to me shortly after I stopped recording the video for this, right? This guy just comes into the frenzy, sat, you know, where the 3 mobs spawn, and just played his song. When a mob spawned, he ran out of the room and took it to his group in the Hamlord, right? So it's just nonsense like that. I wish I would have kept recording it. It's nonsense like that that really pushes this, you know, the concept of a private zone, you know, and it might not be era, it might not be, you know, standard, you know, classic EverQuest, but it would solve a lot of the problems that I have experienced, and I'm sure other people have. I know I've gotten comments on my videos about people going, you know, from pick to pick, and they're not able to find any mobs, right? They're having the same issues. I think I saw a Reddit post about the same kind of thing, right? If there's no mobs, they can't pick to find a camp anywhere. Afridi's perma-camped. Our Hamlord's perma-camped. Frenzy's almost perma-camped. Like, all these things are perma-camped. And you go through, like, the 20 picks, and they're all camped, right? And it's just nonsense. So there's things like this that just need to be adjusted for a modern game era of the game, and this would help immensely get new people to play, because the biggest complaint you see is, like, people, they don't want to fuck around for, you know, 30 minutes to try to get something done. That's the reason I box, is so I don't have to wait on other people. Like, it's just, and it's just, I don't know, it's frustrating, but, you know, maybe it'll get better. I don't know. But I don't know how much, I don't know how far I'm gonna go on Oakwynd at this point. I don't know. The rating's not that fun for me, so it's just like, I can go to my characters on Verant and kill, like, the first, you know, 10 expansions worth of raids, right? I can go do, you know, level up characters that are seeing content that's not the same old simple content that you can literally just auto attack and pretty much ignore the mobs because they don't hit hard enough or they don't do anything, right? So I don't know. Maybe I'm TLP'd out, you know? I just don't know. But there you go. That's my thoughts on Oakwynd so far. What are your thoughts? If you're playing on Oakwynd, what's your experience? Do you prefer live over a TLP? And I'm not even talking about chrono prices, because those are crazy too on Oakwynd, but you know, it is what it is. But thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.